Diddy's good days are over, and with all the allegations he's drowning in, the bad boy mogul ain't going to make it out this time around. It's obvious that even people in the entertainment industry ain't going to forgive him this time.
He's spitting high five.
Well, girl, you the one that's high five. If you wasn't my man's mom, I'd tear that ass up.
Thank you.
You must be really proud of your son.
Oh, yes, indeed. He's a roughneck that gets his thug on, and he looks like a young Denzel.
On the top of the list of people who have it out for Diddy is 50 Cent, who's been doing everything in his power to expose the diddler's dirty crimes to the public. He ain't backing down from his claims anytime soon.
He's in a new lawsuit, a fourth lawsuit, that he, Harv Pierre, and another man may have SA'd a woman when she was only 17 years old. 50 Cent is chiming in. If you didn't know this, 50 Cent has been chiming in ever since this whole Cassie lawsuit. He doesn't like Diddy. There are a variety of reasons behind it. So 50 posted this with a couple of photos and said, "My God, 17, was no one off limits? This documentary is gonna blow you away. Diddy, do it or not, coming soon." Honestly, the wordplay of Diddy, do it or not is clever as hell. But here's my problem with 50. Anyone doing a documentary on this situation, I would hope, has the sensitivity and the intention of doing good instead of trolling. And he's been accused of trolling Black women specifically. I don't know how I feel about this whole situation with 50.
In fact, 50's actually sold the rights to his documentary titled Did He Do It, where he explores the nights Biggie and Tupac died, exposing Diddy's involvement in both murders, something that people have been speculating about for a long time.
Y'all, 50 Cent is the worst person to beef with. Why did he make a whole documentary on Diddy and sold it to Netflix? It's called Diddy Do It, and why does the flyer and everything look good? Like, this is a mess. And a lot of people ask me why they beefing, and this goes all the way back to the 2000s.
Who shot Biggie's moms? We don't get them, they gon' kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that nigga, man, that nigga saw. He scared them boys from the west side to break them off. Jump on his ass so we run the hall and shake him off.
So when 50 Cent first came out, he felt like Diddy was not supporting him and not doing things to help him out. And then it got worse when 50 Cent did an interview saying that Diddy tried to take him shopping.
Puff was like, yo, when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like, we can just hang out? We gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it, and he's like, yo, why don't we, like, go shopping or some shit? I mean, like, I pay for it. And I was like, what the f*** just say? I got the f*** away from him, because I was like, this nigga just tell me he taking me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. But Puff is a fruit pie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look, later you gonna find out a little bit I'll be saying.
50 Cent basically called that man a bomb pop. So then after that interview, Diddy said, "I'll show you a fruit pop," and he started messing with 50 Cent's baby mama, Daphne. 50 Cent said, "Oh snap, that's your mommy over there with Puffy. LOL, remember what I told you the other day? These girls be crazy," shaking my head. And then Daphne said, "Please stop doing this to me. I never bother you, and I am an outstanding mother to our son. Can we please just focus on this, please?" And the baby mama really used to be one of Diddy's diddlers. She said, "Happy birthday to my favorite person, at Diddy." Like, girl, please. That's why the only Daphne we acknowledge is the one from Scooby-Doo. So Diddy and 50 been beefing for a while, but it got worse when Daphne was found in the documents allegedly helping Diddy at his freaky parties with Young Miami. Allegedly, both of them was getting Diddy dimes and dollars to be his sex workers, which is why 50 Cent filed for full custody of their child and started calling her "you little sex worker." He said, "You moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy. So you moved back and then you started receiving money from Brother Love. Now here we are, you little sex worker." And so now we're here at the Netflix documentary, Diddy Do It, and 50 Cent has not took his foot off of Diddy's neck ever since. And every day since the Cassie video, it's been a new allegation. This one says Diddy hit with a 2003 sexual assault lawsuit by a model that alleges she was drugged with a lace blunt and forced to perform oral sex, says he told her to suck it. And she says she has the clothes in the bag 21 years later, which is even crazier. Ew. And then today, here's another one. Diddy hit with another sexual assault lawsuit. Woman claims he touched her and forced her to have sex with Kim Porter while he masturbated. And just out of respect for Kim Porter, I'm just not going to speak on this because she's not here anymore. And then 50 said, "TMZ used this fat boy picture of me because their doc went to Tubi, LOL. It's okay, guys. We're all making great television. Mine just happens to be the best. Netflix wins the bidding war, but if more victims keep coming out, I'm going to need more episodes." So this whole thing just keeps getting worse and worse. But I just wanted to let y'all know the history of why they're beefing. It's really dumb, but it is what it is. Prayers up for all the victims that are involved, and I'm praying for y'all family.
Anybody who knows about Diddy and 50 Cent's beef knows it goes way back, but it's pretty safe to say that the reason why 50 hates Diddy is because he knows the rapper's reality and the truth about his involvement in Biggie's murder.
So now he's saying in his documentary, he's going to prove a couple things. One, that Cassie talked to the feds and she turned over some evidence implicating Diddy in Kim Porter's unaliving. And he's saying once this Netflix comes out, there should be no reason why the Kim Porter case shouldn't be reopened. Now,
wow.
Yeah, that's big. Okay. He's also saying that in his documentary, he's gonna implicate Diddy in 2 more unalivings. So do I think 50 Cent is out of line by inserting himself into the Diddy situation? I do not. Do I think that there's a reason that he doesn't like Diddy and it's personal and we don't know what it is? I do.
But once his documentary drops, best believe that 50's revelations might just be career-ending for Diddy, and that the mystery surrounding the nights of Biggie and Tupac's murders will finally be solved. Now, 50's even taken to social media to talk about all the shady things that Diddy's always been involved in, along with some of his closest friends, from sex trafficking to freak-off parties, where he would record people in compromising situations after drugging them up. Now, 50's out to show Diddy's true face to the world.
Midnight for dessert? I'm thinking over here we bring out a huge chocolate fondue fountain.
Oh, yeah. P. Diddy had his birthday party here a couple years back, and he had one of those.
Oh, screw that then. I don't want a fondue fountain if P. Diddy had one.
Does it matter?
Yes, it matters. I don't want to do it if Diddy did it.
How about a donut machine?
Did Diddy do it?
Diddy did do it.
A full ice cream bar.
Diddy did it.
Damn it, what didn't Diddy do?
A Ferrari cake? Diddy didn't do it.
Let's just say that 50 Cent was one of the very first people to publicly talk about how abusive Diddy was to Cassie. And while people refused to believe him back then, well, the tide has definitely turned.
Hey, this is the funniest thing online right now. 50 Cent every day wake up and take shots at Diddy on Instagram. We all see that, right? Everybody know that 50 Cent loved to poke fun at Diddy being, you know, who Diddy is, allegedly. But this is funny. 50 reposted this on his Instagram. I guess nowadays, instead of kids saying no H-O-M-O, you know how we used to say when we was kids and now it's pause. I think the new thing that kids are saying, that's what the internet is saying, the new thing kids are saying is no Diddy instead of all that stuff. And 50 posted this. Check this out. This is what people saying on Twitter. It says, I put all my guys in positions, no Diddy. So apparently, instead of saying no H-O-M-O, kids are now saying no Diddy. So 50 reposted this on his Instagram and he captioned it this. This is what he said. He said, oh, I F with son. That's my man. No Diddy. So he trying to use the phrase too. Hey, this is funny, bro. I can see this catching. This is going to be a new trend. I can see people saying this. He said, I'll boom you right now. F out of here. LOL. So obviously 50 think this is funny. I think this is super funny too, bro. What y'all think about this? Y'all gonna start saying no?
The truth is that 50 hasn't stopped himself from taking shots at Diddy because he wants the entire world to know the diddler's reality.
I tell you what, though, who's having a field day with this is 50 Cent. I'm team 50 all day, every day. Why is it every time 50 comes after somebody, this shit is true? It's almost like he's the real Cleo. Call me now. 50 knows shit that we don't know, and that shit comes to fruition every time. I'm like, all the people he's gone after, it's funny, he's not trolling to troll. He's trolling with the truth. I mean, you got time after time of 50 Cent just being right on the money with shit. And it's just like, oh my God. He's been on Diddy for so long. He's like, yep. And then when Diddy's son came after him, and then who said you can't come after his son? That hold on. Somebody came after 50 and said you got to leave his son out of it. I don't know who did. You guys will tell me in the comments. But he's been from day one the anti-Diddy guy. He's called him out on the homosexual acts. He's called him out on the violence. He's called him out on just being a bad person. And he is having a field day with this. Oh, man, this is really bothering me. But yeah, 50 would be the last person I'd want to be on his bad side because he'd probably find something out on me that I didn't know. I was like, oh, how'd you find that out? He's he's on it. And let me tell you something. Being someone that's been at not to a Diddy party, been at parties where Diddy was at, been in his presence. He was always cool with me. It's always been high, cordial. You know, not anymore. I don't want to ever see that dude after that video came out. But even being around 50 now, 50's actually come to my shows, supported my career a couple times. But when you're around Diddy, it's like you got a bunch of people doing this and just laughing at all his jokes, even if they're not funny. You know, if he said, "Look, the sky's green," he'd be like, "It is kind of green." It almost feels like people are just kind of there, like, please give me some money, please put me on a record, please do this. And it just felt like that. When you're a 50, he don't roll super deep. He's got a couple guys with him that you don't want to cross. You don't even know they're in the room. And, like, everybody seems like they're just chilling, and you can disagree with them on sports. You can disagree with them on politics. You can disagree with them on money issues, family stuff. And he'll just break it down to you, and then he'll listen to you, and then you feel like you're just talking to a guy at a cigar lounge or something. It doesn't feel like you're talking to a mogul, and you don't feel restricted in what you can say around him. You feel like you can say whatever you want around 50 Cent, and he could be like, I don't agree with that, or, yeah, I can see your point in there. Diddy never feels like that. Diddy feels like, I'm just going to fall back and just laugh. And just, that's what it feels like. And this is just me being in the room with these guys and watching how they move and seeing how people react to them. Granted, I don't know either of them that well, but I've actually been in a room and had one-on-one conversation with 50 Cent. Not Diddy, but it always just feels like it's whatever. Never felt that way around Diddy. So yeah, I would say anybody tread lightly if you want to go head-to-head with Diddy. Not Diddy, but 50 Cent. If you want to go head-to-head with somebody, tread lightly if you're trying to go against 50 Cent. Because he's going to find something. I don't know where his Geraldo Rivera ass is getting some of this information. But they say Diddy's not going to go away because he's a DEA, CIA informant, all this other stuff. I don't know if he's an informant, but 50's clearly knows somebody in the CIA, TMZ, BET, People, White House. He's got. I don't know where he's getting his information, but when the shit hits the fan, 9 out of 10, 50 Cent is right every time. I'm like, just sitting there going, when he posts something, I believe it. I'll put it like that. Like when Diddy said he's innocent, I didn't believe it. I was like, I don't know. He's doubling down too hard. When 50 says something, I'm like, I believe that dude. So to anybody out there, tread lightly going against 50 Cent. Because he just keeps climbing. His life's, and 50 thing about 50 Cent, his life just keeps getting better and better. He's opening up this whole new studio in Shreveport. He's taking over Houston. Yeah, he's just. I mean, I'm looking at this site. The timeline of 50 and Diddy going at it goes back to 2006. 50 Cent's repeatedly claimed that Diddy's fruity through the years. Some of the stuff he's seen on the Breakfast Club and talking about Diddy trying to take him shopping. Look, in September. Oh, I guess I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, just don't cross 50 Cent. Do me a favor.
Not to mention the fact that Diddy has pretty much exposed his own self after he posted.
What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up. and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Now, of course, with everything that's been coming out against Diddy, it ain't no surprise that people are wondering where it all started going wrong and whether there's more to Diddy's dirty crimes than we already know.
You gonna talk about Diddy?
Let's talk about Diddy.
You gonna talk about him? Let's have it.
I've been talking about him. Let's go.
What is your take on what's going on right now? And obviously you've been covering it for a while. Is it shocking to you? Is it not shocking to you? Is it right on brand? Thoughts?
I'm not shocked by it, I think. But Diddy is an example. I think he's like a psychopath. He's nasty, perverted. I've heard on drugs. Like, this is what happens. Cassie basically opened the Pandora's box. And there's several victims out there. And he probably, you know, when I describe the psychopath's behavior, it's like they're omnipotent. They think they're godlike. They think they're God and they're untouchable. And I believe he got so bad to the point where he gotten away with so much, even with the Shine situation and avoiding the law and having, you know, that's